which are software. So usability is really important in software industry, and it's the past couple of years, human factors, human memory limitations, and humans' ability to learn and to better understand user need. This evolution shifts system-oriented design to user-centered design. So, how usability is related to user-centered design? Usability is the core of user-centered design, and it is also the core of user experience, as most of you know. So, what is usability? Usability is how design object is to use. So, the object can be anything from simple device like a remote control to a space shuttle. Designs can be good or bad. As you know, good design make people happy, help people to accomplish things, and save people's time, as well as save money and resources. So, what's about bad designs? Bad designs frustrate people, cost time, cost money and resources, and even cost lives. As you know, there have been some incidents related to nuclear disasters, air traffic disasters, which are totally because of software usability issues. These are two good examples how usability help some web applications. Google versus Yahoo. So as you know, Yahoo was the dominating search engine before Google came, and Google quickly overtook Yahoo with simply improving the user interfaces and applying usability principles. Let's say your software costs 10 minutes a day for a regular use, and your user base is 100,000 users. So, if your software wastes 10 minutes a day, it costs approximately 2 man-years per day for all of your user base. Then usability heuristics is the way we can change our software. A gentleman called Jacob Nielsen, before more than 2 decades ago, came up with 10 basic principles, which are called usability heuristics, and these are those heuristics are the basic guidelines of good usable software. Let's go through one by one and check, try to learn something. So the first heuristic is visibility of system status. All you know, when you perform some activity on your software, sometimes it takes time to process data, and the system should inform the users what's happening, what's going on. That's simply it is. So these are two good examples from a very popular website, Facebook. I think all of you have experience in uploading photos to Facebook. When the photos are uploading, you can Facebook indicates its progress, something like this. So you know what's happening. So let's see one of our on software, how we have implemented the same principle. This is a simple tool called Sushi, which is there to convert printed menus into digital versions. So we have a little progress bar. This indicates the user's where he is and how many menus he has to convert and how many he has done. So what is the second principle? Match between system and the real world. This is real simple to understand. This says use metaphors in real life, like the language or the visual design. So these are two good examples. This is Spotify. It uses natural language like playlist, play queue, songs, albums, etc. It's very familiar to the user. And this is to the right. It's our own software. It's a guest manager. It uses this principle in its design. So the user can arrange their table layout, and the table layout exactly matches its real world scenario. The third one, user control and freedom. As all of you know, you are used to undo and redo things. It's what we call user freedom and user control and freedom. If you do something wrong, you should be able to revert it back. That's simply it is. So let's see some examples. To the right, to the left, it's Gmail's one of their latest features, the undo feature. You can undo an email and call it back as soon as you send it. It's there to prevent you submitting accidental emails to people not relevant. The right is one of our own tool. It's called SAT tool, and here you can see there are two next and previous buttons. The scenarios are different, but it follows the same principle. So if you make something wrong, you can go back and correct it. So that's what it is. The next principle is consistency and standards. It says follow standards and try to be consistent. So these are two real world examples. To the left is Uber's interface, and you can see the logo is always to the left, and the user login and user profile icon is always to the right. And almost every software follows the same principle. They place their logos to the left, and the user login and all the user details at the right. So this is Sushi, it's our own software, and this is Google. Let's go to the next. The fifth principle is error prevention. You should be able to prevent errors being occurred and prevent users making errors. So I think it's very simple, and these are some examples. To the left is Gmail, and I think it's not very clear, but it's, as you know, if you type word type attached in your body, it reminds you, if you have nothing attached to the email, it reminds you to attach your file. So this is Sushi. It's one software, and it has very nice visual relationship like this to prevent errors being occurred, errors being made. So user knows he is editing. This part is to edit this piece of information. So the user knows he is exactly editing the relevant piece of information. So it prevents errors and helps to maintain the quality. So the sixth principle, it's called recognition rather than recall. As you know, people used to identify things by its graphical representation, simply by icons. As you know, on roadsides you see signs like this, and you know how to read them, even they don't have any detailed information. So let's see some examples. To the left is Uber. It uses icons like this. As soon as you see this icon, you know you have to enter Visa card details here in this input box. So this is one of our software about chat tool. It helps users by giving these clues. They show them real-world examples of related real-world examples to help people identify the options. So let's go to the next. Seventh principle is, or the heuristic is flexibility and efficiency of use. Your software should be flexible and efficient. You can give shortcuts to expert users while providing menus to novice users. That's what it is. Let's see some real-world examples. This is Uber. The left, it helps users by this filter. You can filter this by taxi, UX, black car, or SUV. We have the same filter feature in our Sushi application. You can filter to-dos, in progress, and progress something, and you can even select all, which shows relevant pieces of. The next heuristic is aesthetic and minimalist design. I think all of you know what it is. This is what transformed Google into the most popular website. Google's user interface is very minimalistic, and aesthetically it's really pleasing. And let's see some examples. These are the same set of applications, Uber and Shuttle. These interfaces show the minimum and the optimal set of information user needs to perform some activity on the screen. So, so the ninth principle is help users recognize, diagnose, and recover from errors. So what if your user did something wrong? Is it permanent, or can he recover from that error, the mistake? So this says your error messages should expressed in plain language to help your user to understand it better, rather than putting some error code and giving no options to follow. This is one of our software, and see when user can't connect, the machine can't connect to the internet, and it gives the user how to recover from that situation. The last heuristic is help and documentation. As you all know, the good software has a documentation and on how to use. So it's really important feature. This helps users to find advanced features and recover from errors, and efficient how to use your software efficient. So this is a small example. On Sushi we have a dialog box like this. This has help on shortcuts and what you can perform with that shortcut. So this is how you can help your users to use your software efficiently. So those are the 10 basic principles of usable software. So how do you know whether your piece of software follows or adheres to those 10 principles? There is a method called heuristic evaluation. There are so many methods of evaluating your software, but heuristic evaluation is totally dependent on those 10 principles. This method is coined by Jacob Nielsen, a renowned person in the usability field. And heuristic evaluation is heuristic evaluation involves having a small set of evaluators examine the interface and judge its compliance with recognized usability principles or the usability heuristics. That's what heuristic evaluation is. So, how do you conduct the heuristic evaluation to determine whether your software is usable or how you can improve? This concept is, as I said, coined by Jacob Nielsen. This helps to find usability problems in your design, software design, and this is how you perform it. You get small set of people, maybe from your team or from a completely different domain, and let them use the software and get their feedback. You first let them know these 10 principles. Better if you print this 10 principles and give it to them, and to evaluate your software against these 10 principles. After the evaluation, you can get their feedback and find your issues. So this is a simple graph which shows how heuristic evaluation helps you find usability issues. These 3Ds, the columns are usability issues and the rows are users. Each dot represent, each black dot represent an issue identified. Some users, you see, they find so many issues, so many violations, while some people find few, depending on their experience. If you employ some expert users, they find so many issues. and if there are some noise users, they will find few. So how many exactly do you want to put into this exercise? These two charts shows the cost benefit factors. The first chart explains how many issues you can identify by employing evaluators. If you get 5 evaluators, you can find 75% of usability issues in your software. So this is a result of research conducted by Indian group, which is Nielsen and Norman group. It's the most recognized institute regarding the software usability. And the second chart shows the relationship between number of evaluators and the ratio of cost benefit. So if you use more than 5 evaluators, the cost benefit factors becomes degraded, or there's no use. So as per the NM group, the best number of evaluators, the number of evaluators is 3 to 5. So using 3 to 5 users, you can find more than 75% of your usability violations. So so that's it. That's what usability is, and what are usability principles, and how you can verify your software against these usability principles. So it's pretty quick, and thank you. Questions?